Good morning, CSL Simi Valley. Welcome to another Sunday morning Virch service. So glad to have you here with us as we combine worship and celebration and diving deep into spirit. Did you happen to notice? I woke up this morning with my mind a new version. Yeah, the Soul Purpose Band got together with Sherry Deeds and recorded some new videos, which you'll be seeing over the next few weeks. And it was really a blast to participate in that. And what a bright, sunny day, which is perfect for today's talk. Bright, sunny day. It all works together. You know, there are so many things that are going on in our culture right now. And I was thinking about the challenges and the opportunities that are before us. And what came to me is there's so much to be grateful for as well. There's so much beauty. There's so much togetherness. There's so many people helping others and opening their hearts, opening their homes, supporting people that are living in homelessness on the streets. And just in so many different ways, I'm seeing humanity step up. And I want to just celebrate that and stand in gratitude, because what we focus on is what tends to, where the thought goes, action and energy flows. And so if we can keep our thoughts in that direction, it'll move us. It'll at least give us the energy and the presence to step into our good, to step into our purposeness, to step into that I can attitude, which is what we've been talking about this month a lot when we've been looking at divisioning. So I just wanted to share a moment of gratitude. And if you're with someone right now, turn to them and say, I'm so grateful you're in my life. I love you. Just say that. And when you're out in the street today, maybe you don't say that to every person. It might be kind of weird walking around talking to people. Hey, how you doing? I love you. Grateful to have you in my life. But you can say it right here. And you can hold it right here. You can express it by your nature, by being kinder and gentler with yourself and with everyone you come into contact. Make that your journey for today on this beautiful spring Sunday in Southern California, or wherever you happen to be. Welcome to Virch. Glad to have you with us as we look at all the things that we can do to move our lives in that direction that Dr. Holmes talks about, where everything is joyously harmonious in all of our experiences. One of the ways we do that is through the centering of prayer and to just stay. So right now, just want to ground yourself in your location. Been working with a group called Somatic Abolitionists, and we talk about grounding ourselves in our space by simply looking around at everything around us. Look up. Look behind you. Look behind you. And just settle into where you are. Be grateful for that space. Another way we settle our bodies is through meditation. And so we're going to have Reverend Rob lead us in today's gap meditation. Remember, in our new Virch service, the meditation, only a minute during the virtual, but you get to practice it. And in that space, dive in deep. And Rob will talk about that in just a minute. Dive in deep and allow yourself to just concentrate on the flow of spirit as meditation transforms your life. Because it does. It creates that space between response and reaction and shortens the fuse of snap and lengthens the fuse of, yeah, I can do this. Here's Reverend Rob with today's gap meditation.
Now it's time for our gap meditation. GAP stands for God Awareness Place. It is also the space between your breaths. So let's take a conscious moment to go within. Welcome back. If you don't already, consider having a little time just for yourself so that you can relax mindfully. That's what meditation is, relaxing mindfully. Namaste.
Naked, I'm naked. You can't see me. Oh, I'm naked. Lord, I'm naked. You can't see me. 'Cause I've been hiding behind my garbage, hiding behind my garbage. Naked, Lord, I'm naked. You can't see me. Frozen, I've been frozen in my history. Frozen, I've been frozen in my history. But I've been thawing in your love light, thawing in your love light. Frozen, I've been frozen in my history. Dying, I've been dying to what I've been. Oh, dying, I've been dying to what I've been. But I've been rising like Jesus showed me, rising like Jesus showed me, rising. I've been dying to what I've been. Oh, won't you use me? Oh, won't you use me? Oh, Lord. Oh, won't you use me right where I am right now, right here, Lord. Use me. Naked, Lord, I'm naked. Can you use me? Oh, naked, Lord, I'm naked. Will you use me? 'Cause I've been hiding and I've been frozen, dying, but I've been rising. Oh, naked, Lord, I'm naked. Will you use me? Oh, naked, Lord, I'm naked. Will you use me? Yeah, 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 yeah. Naked, Lord, I'm naked. Will you use me? Use me. Oh, Lord, use me.
Such a powerful voice. Thank you, Jami Lula. That song, too. You know, it really speaks to the entire experience of visioning in many ways. Because we go into that early start, and that's what we've been talking about all month about visioning and the questions that we ask. And in the beginning, I was thinking about it. To really capture the vision, we have to go into it naked. Taking away all of the barriers, all of the separation that we can feel through life, so that we can just be open, so that Spirit can use me, as he says in that song. I'll never try to hit that note he did, but as he says, to use me in that song. And so when we get to that space where we're completely open and bare before the Spirit, that's when we can ask the question, the first question: what is Spirit's highest vision of itself as me? Question number one. And then we talked about what happens next. You have to release. What must I release for that vision to come into my life? And now, completely naked, releasing what doesn't serve anymore, we ask, what must I embrace? What must I embrace to bring that into us? So that's where we went with I can, the vision. I can. And then the release is, the vision is I see. That was the first was I see clearly. And then it was I can. And then it was to look straight ahead. To look straight ahead. All of these talk titles this month have come from that song. I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. Right? And so we've been breaking it down to get each title, and I've been blessed to have my brother sing the song for us to see which title we're going to have for this week. So let's see. That's how it came down for the title this week. Michael, what do we have? Here we go.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see whole obstacles in my way. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Well, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Well, it's gonna be bright, a bright sunshiny day.
There you have it. A bright, sunshiny day. And it actually is here in Southern California, a bright, sunshiny day. Surprise! So that's the question we ask now. To get into that bright, sunshiny day, so we can have that experience, what must we do next? We must ask, what must I become? And of all the various things that might be asked to become, which would be very individual for many of us, one thing is pretty consistent. We must become willing. We must become willing to trust the vision, to have faith in the vision, to have faith in ourselves to manifest the vision, to go beyond the externals of life to that deep internal wellspring, the font of everything, the know-nothingness that becomes every somethingness, right? And so in order to do that, we have to think beyond just taking a pill to get better. We have to think beyond going to Google to get the answer. I hear now that you're supposed to say when you're with a group of people and you want to get the answer, so you don't show off and become like a know-it-all. You're supposed to say, do you mind if I Google that? Because you don't want to embarrass somebody if they think they know, and then you tell them the Google answer and they find out they're wrong. Not everybody's willing to accept, can say, I'm wrong. I made a mistake. I thought that was it. I read it on Yahoo. I didn't read it on Google. Who knows, right? But can we go beyond that, to that deeper source? Can we go beyond the externals? Can we not rush off to Amazon to get the package dropped right away? Maybe there's a way we can repurpose something within our own homes. Can we maybe pick up the broom? I got a friend of mine who's got the Roomba. He loves his Roomba. Goes around, cleans his office and everything. But the Roomba has a challenge. It sometimes gets caught right up underneath the cabinets, and it can't move. Well, he put those, those little hooks you can get that adhere to something. He put those hooks on top of the Roomba, so the Roomba hits the hook, and the hook turns it, and it goes away, and it doesn't get caught under the cabinets. We are good with our gadgets. We are great with our gadgets. But that's an external. And the vision is calling us to an internal. The vision is calling us to look to the bright, sunshiny day and make that our reality, right? Not to the and Alan Watts in a wonderful book called The Wisdom of Insecurity speaks about this idea. He says that more and more we try to, that should be affect adaptation to life, by means of external gadgets, and attempt to solve our problems by conscious thinking rather than unconscious know-how. We go for the thought, we go for the idea, we go for the gadget instead of that inner wisdom, that unconscious know-how. And that's what the visioning does. It's calling us to go to that inner wisdom. And really, most wisdom is actually nonverbal anyway. Many of the things that hold us are things that come to us in a feeling. The body is expressing it, there's something, we're not animals, but I saw something this morning about wisdom that caught me. That was really interesting. It's the starlings. Have you ever seen the starlings? They are amazing. Check this out. Now, when they're, look at that. Look at those formations right there. That's called a murmuration when they're doing that. And sometimes there can be as many as, at one point, there was one counted where there were 700,000 starlings flying in this murmuration situation, right? And what they do is they can see, they have incredible vision, and they can see one starling can see in 7 different directions at once, and so it's looking at the 7 starlings next to it, and it makes a move within 400ths of a second. Basically, at 60 miles an hour, it makes a decision, and they can all shift and change in direction. They thought it was to help against predators, but that doesn't seem to be the case. They think that actually starlings being very bright, that they actually can pick locks when they're held in captivity. They have to put padlocks on them, scientists, in order to study them. They're thinking that the starlings actually do this because it feels good. It's like a dance. The body is saying, yes. So here's one starling, and it's looking every different direction, and as soon as the starling next to it makes a turn, it makes a turn. That's an inner wisdom. Now, yes, we have that inner wisdom too, but we also have this brain up here. When people say he's so bright and she's so brilliant, and that's true, but we are so much more than our brain power. We have starling power, we have bright sunshine power, but we fight an inner civil war. An inner civil war where the brain has desires like, I want to eat ice cream every night. Right? But the body says, no, don't want that, but we don't pay attention. The body has a desire too. It says, don't eat ice cream every night. You'll blow up. But the brain doesn't allow it. It runs off over to salt and cream and gets some more ice cream just the same, right? But the brain directs sometimes, but the body doesn't want to follow. The brain says, we should work really, we should lay on the couch all day. But the body says, you're going to be stiff if you do that. And the body has an impulse to move and to exercise. And the brain says, no comprende, not going to the gym today. We are in this inner civil war, but we have a brilliance and a brightness that resides within us, and we are to follow that. We follow that greater inner vision. And when we can follow this greater inner vision that we capture in that visioning activity, then it creates more space. It creates more. There's more expansion that's happening all around us, you see. So we're not here necessarily to totally engage in our brain activity, nor totally engage in our body activity. We're here to find some balance because there is a purpose for us that comes from that deeper brilliance that resides within. It comes from a resolution of the inner civil war, where we can hear the nonverbal wisdom. Michael Beckwith, in his studying of visioning, tells us that we are not here to tell God what to do or to ask God for things, but to absolutely be available for what God is already doing, to open ourselves up, to catch what's already happening. See, we are here to love. We are here, that's what I was talking about at the beginning. Can we be in gratitude? Can we look at the person next to us and say, I love you? Can we think about the person on the street that sometimes appears as the other, which is simply another? And can we, in our heart, share love for that? Because that's what we're here. We're here to amplify that love and to express it and to express our unique divinity and our individuality. We are individualized expressions, each here snowflakes on the planet as individuals to do what is best and highest for us to do. That's a principle that is guiding us, as Reverend Rob tells us when he was tells us right now.
We know that the principle within guides us not only into the way of truth, but in the way and the performance of that knowledge.
A principle. Thank you, Rob. That's from Ernest Holmes. He loves Ernest Holmes. He loves to quote from Dr. Holmes. I do too. And now when he says, we know that a principle within guides us not only into the way of truth, but into the way and the performance of that knowledge. That inner wisdom, that real wisdom, has little to do with the brain. It's an intuitive, instinctive, impulsive compulsion to create. And when we can follow that, our sunshine is assured. You see, our vision is already complete. When we capture the vision in the visioning session, when you capture that vision, everything within that vision is already complete. It's kind of like the acorn. You grab the acorn off the ground, you don't realize this, but you have just lifted up an oak tree because the oak tree is in the acorn. When the slab of marble was dumped in front of the sculptor, David was already in it. Michelangelo just had to click to get away. See, so when we hear the vision, the bright sunny day part of it is we have to sign on the dotted line and say yes to the vision. There was a minister gave a wonderful sermon one time, and a very successful businessman, entrepreneur, was listening to the service. And afterwards he came up to the minister and he says, that was great. Your message was on time. Your points were wonderful. You inspired me. But there was no deal. There was no invitation. There was nothing for me to sign to do. There was no dotted line for me to sign on. See, your visioning, when you accept it and you step out into the bright sunshiny day, you have signed onto the dotted line to express the vision. See, when you sign and know that the full and complete idea is already there, and you're simply moving through the steps of its unfoldment, right? Then you can move from a place of expectation to expectancy. And there's a difference in the two. Like an expectation, you owe me. Expectation, it's supposed to happen. It's almost an entitlement, but an expectancy works in a potentiality. There's a free openness in expectancy, where infinite potential can unfold. Carolyn Mace talks about that in her wonderful conversations with the divine. And she says that expectancy fills you with an inner sensation of endless, wondrous possibilities. Expectancy feels as if you are about to implode with creativity. The pure vibration of life itself. Feel that. Implode with creativity. The pure vibration of life itself. And that's That's the central idea behind visioning. You are filled with creativity, and then when you step out into the bright sunshine and it warms you, you feel like you're just going to explode into the action, and you're feeling a vibrational energy, and that is life itself pushing through you. When the expression of the vision is happening by means of you, you feel fulfilled, satisfied. You put your head to pillow at night, and the brain are at rest. They sign a peace agreement. The union is safe. The inner civil war is over when you accept the vision and act on the vision and make the vision an action of your life on a regular basis. When you embark, and then when you do that, you start to feel big. You enter into a mystical experience of life. Sometimes the vision may seem big. Even if the effect and affect is communal in terms of your block, feels like it's small, it still might inside have a fear factor, a fear component. You're embarking on the brightest vision of your life sometimes. And in that moment, when some kind of hesitancy arises up, that's when we return to it and we get still and we watch. And when we get still and we watch, particularly in those moments when it feels like it's really huge, it perhaps is the doorway to opening us up to benefit for the other. See, when you fulfill your vision, when we all live fully that divine idea of itself as me, as you, when that becomes alive, becomes your stirring energy as you wake every day, it's almost like living the statement of Jesus when he said that if I be lifted up, I draw all unto me. When you express this deep desire that comes through in this communing with the divine that we call visioning, you're opening yourself up to a holy idea. And a holy idea, H-O-L-Y, engages a holy law, W-H-O-L-L-Y. A holy law. A law that is called the law of holism. The law of holism reveals that what is in one is in the whole, and what is done to one is done to the whole. I'm back. I think I was off camera for a bit. Technical stuff. What are you going to say? You could hear me, right? You were listening. In fact, it's kind of like the reverse of Zoom. You know, like sometimes you're on Zoom and people can't hear you. A friend of mine says, I say my most profound things when I can't be heard. I sometimes say my most profound things when I can't be seen. Like this. The law of holism reveals that what is in one is in the whole, and what is done to one is done to the whole. When you live your vision, wow, we all benefit. We all benefit. It's like becoming a rose. The rose exists and brings out its beauty, and then the wind comes along and finds new purpose because it whips up that beauty, and its aroma gets carried on the wind, and we all go, ah. Or this time of year, the backyard is alive with citrus blooms. You just walk back there, and it's like smelling an orange that you're eating at the same time. It's just gorgeous. And that's how we become when we're living our vision. We lift up everyone. Now, again, I was talking about the fear part. Like when you walk out into that bright sunshiny day and you say, I'm going to go, Reverend Steve's got me all excited. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do my vision. And you walk out and it's like barren. There's nothing there yet. See, the landscape may appear barren when you head out into your vision, but that's okay. You may even feel like you have hit bottom. Like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. I've spent all my time. I've given up this and I've given up that, and it's nothing is still happening. I'm done with this. That is so good. That is so good. Because what's happening right there is you're being called into a deeper dimension of your emergence. You see, you're being dissolved so you can be transformed and then redeemed and renewed. Think of the caterpillar. Oh, that poor little booger. He's up there climbing on the tree. Next thing you know, he's in the chrysalis. Next thing you know, he's soup. And the next thing you know, he's a butterfly. It ain't fun to decompress and decompose and be dissolved, but it is fun to be transformed, to be redeemed and renewed, to step off into your promised land. But you know, the promised land is not very pretty upon arrival. If it were, why would they call it the promised land? It's promised. It's promised. It's not the done land. It's not the perfect land. It's the promised land. And when you step off into your bright, sunshiny day to embark on your brightest vision, it might not look very pretty because it's the promised land that we get to develop. But remember, the acorn has the oak tree, the slab has David, and your vision has a demonstration that's guaranteed as you step into it. See, there's an eternal flame that's lighting up this idea. This eternal flame that lights up the bright, sunshiny day, right? And so it's what's sparking our vision in the first place. It's what's letting it happen. And in the brightness of that eternal flame, in the brilliance of that eternal flame, our mind becomes clear. And in that clearing, we can find room for courage. Courage. What is it? Courage? It's fear that has said its prayers. That's what Johnny Jackson told me years ago. And courage opens us up for making bold decisions. That lets us step off like the knights of the round table into the forest, not on a trail that's already made, but a trail that they make for themselves. We get to make that trail. Signing on the dotted line, we accept the vision. I was out working in the yard the other day, and I turned on the water, and I grabbed the hose, and I pulled it over to where I was going to water, and the water started to come out, and I needed a little more hose, and I pulled it again, and the water stopped. Got a kink in the hose. But the water was still flowing. What I had to do was open up the kink. I had to go back and follow the line and move it a little bit, and then opened up the hose, and the water began to flow again, you see. That's what happens when we take on our vision sometimes. Sometimes there may be a kink in the hose. That's okay. We just backtrack a little bit. We go in, we find the kink, we do our prayer work, we do our looking, we do our belief work. What am I believing? What are my limitations? Where am I holding myself back? Go see a practitioner. Do some journaling. Practice your spiritual practices. Read a piece of material. Just sit in the silence and let the divine wisdom. Maybe you go out into a field near dusk and you see a murmuration of starlings. And then the water begins to flow. Dr. Holmes tells us what happens. He says, we are taking a vision, something beyond a hope and a longing, that the living Spirit shall through us walk anew into its own creation, and a new glory come with the dawn. Are you ready? Have you been doing it? Did you try it in the last month? Just to sit in the silence. Maybe grab a nice candle. This beautiful candle that I was recently gifted. It's so wonderful. I just sit. Such a sweet aroma. I sit and do a meditation on this candle, just looking at the flame. I get still. I listen. Maybe I ring the chime a little bit. Allow the vibration to let me settle into space. And I ask, what, Spirit, is your highest idea of yourself as me, through me? What power can you use me to express, right? And I listen and I go, oh, that's a Oh, really? Ooh. And that sensation of excitement, that impulse of creativity that starts to explode, that vibration of life starts to come through. And they go, oh, what do I have to give up? Really? Got to give that up and that up too? Get quiet again. Get quiet again. Stare into the flame. Stare into the brilliance. Get more reassurance. And then a new glory arrives that comes with the dawn. And remember, it's morning somewhere every morning, every day, all day. Somewhere is having morning. It's always morning for us. Creativity is a morning. Creativity is a dawn. Expressing a new idea is a dawning. And we are each at the dawn of our bright, new, sunshiny day. Let's go to Reverend Rob for today's affirmation.
A great something ushers me beyond longing or hope into the new glory of a bright, sunshiny day.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Rob. Do it with me here. Here you go. What does he say? A great something ushers me beyond longing or hope into the glory of a new, bright, sunshiny day. It's now time for our revealing prayer. And this morning, picked up one of my books I haven't looked at in a while. It's Dr. Holmes. It's his book with Raymond Charles Barker, Richer Living, which I cut the back off and had it done so I could open it up a little easier. And this reading just really touched me, and I thought I would allow this to inspire this morning's healing prayer. So, kind of a combination of my words and Dr. Holmes' words. We're going to spin them all together in our healing, revealing prayer this morning, revealing the truth and the wholeness that is laying perhaps dormant within us, waiting to burst forth, implode with creativity into the pure vibration of life. Let's open ourselves up and catch what's already happening, drop our external gadgets, and go to that inner wisdom for the brightness of our day. Here we go. So recognizing the one divine spirit that is always present. In this moment, I invite each and every one of us to sign on the dotted line and accept our relationship with the divine. To simply say, yes, I am here, awaiting the arrival of our good, knowing that the wisdom within sparks my external activities that brings us into reality. Today, I imbibe new ideas from the creativity of spirit. My whole consciousness is alive and awake and aware. It is impregnated with divine ideas that shall bear fruit after the image of the impression conceived within it and the divine imprint made upon it. Today, I live in expectancy of doing new things in new ways. I live in the expectancy of meeting new people and forming new friendships. I have the expectancy in my experience to enlarge and deepen and broaden. There is more good than I have ever experienced before, and I stand in the expectancy to give out more of that and to increase more love for myself and for others. Today, I live in an expectancy of a gentler approach to life, a more kindly feeling, a more beneficent impulse. New thoughts, new ideas, new people, new situations, new ways of doing things, and a new influx of the divine shall make this day perfect, glad, an expression of limitless bounty from the storehouse of the infinite good. This is our truth. This is our experience. It is happening here and now as we affirm together with deep gratitude a release into the perfect law with these words, and so it is. Thank you for that, and thank you, Dr. Holmes, for sharing that with me. And I bring you back now my good friend, my brother from another mother, Jami Lula.
I heard it was going to be a bright, sunshiny day, and this is the best day of my life. It's gonna be the best day of my life. in the golden sun or snowy white. Gonna use my smile as a fashion. Gonna let my love be in action. It's gonna be the best day of my life. Run and jump, play a good game, stumble and fall, make some mistakes. Did I give it my all? Did I do my best? Can't compare myself with all the rest. Oh yeah, 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 it's gonna be the best day of my life. In the golden sun or snowy white, gonna use my smile as a fashion. Gonna let my love be in action. It's gonna be the best day of my life. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A little sing along. Ooh la 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 la, best day of my life. Ooh la 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 la, best day of my life. Ooh la 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 la, best day of my life. Ooh la 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 la, best day of my life. Rain or shine, it's a beautiful feel. Dance to the thunder, singing like steel. Is it bright outside or cold to the bone? Muggy, hot, no wind, awaiting a storm. Oh, it's gonna be the best day of my life. Ooh la 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 la, that's your turn. In the golden sun or snowy white, ooh la 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 la. Gonna use my smile as a fashion. Gonna let my love be in action. It's gonna be the best day of my life. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh la 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 la, best day of my life. Ooh la 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 la, best day of my life. Ooh la 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 la, best day of my life. Ooh la 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 la, best day of my life. Life's an adventure, life is a joy. We need no permission to live like we love it and love who we want to. Oh, it's gonna be the best day of my life. Ooh la 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 la. Come on, y'all. In the golden sun or snowy white. Ooh la 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 la. Gonna use the smile as my fashion. Gonna let my love be in action. It's gonna be the best day of my life. Oh yeah. Ooh la 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 la, best day of my life. Ooh la 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 la, best day of my life. Ooh la 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 la, best day of my life. Ooh la 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 la, best day of everybody now. Ooh la 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 la, best day of my life. Ooh la 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 la, best day of my life. Ooh la 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 la, best day of my life. Ooh la 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 la, best day of my life. Best day of my life. Woo! Welcome to Sunday. We're having some church up in here.
He should not be having so much fun. Having some church up in here. It is the best day of my life. All right. I saw the comment about some feedback happening for folks, so I think we might have gotten rid of that. We have one more Jami song, so we'll have another way to test that out, and also with Reverend Rob, some other audio. So be on the lookout. It hopefully is gone now. There was a little button that was pushed. It should not have been pushed. It sometimes happens. All right. So moving forward. God, Jami, that was such a great song. Thank you so much. It was really wonderful. This is our time where we move into our giving. I want to remind you that we are in the middle of our annual pledge campaign. It's a little late with everything with Virch, with COVID lockdown. Things are all a little shifted, but we still do need to know what is your gift that you are offering to the center this year as your tithe for the year. And you don't have to give it all at one time, but if we can know what you're planning, this or greater, then it helps the board to set the budget so that we can know what kind of funds we have for beginning the process of returning to the sanctuary and all that needs to be done to make sure that it's set, ready, and perfect for you when you get back. You may be thinking, well, we've been away for a year. What's there to do? You'd be surprised, especially after rain caused some leaks in the roof. There's some stuff that we have to do. Some of it's the landlord, some of it's us. The board is working on it, so don't worry. But the bottom line is we do need to know how you're going to support the center this year. You should have gotten an email from our board treasurer, Lane, and it's an online system that allows you to do it, so just want to remind you about that. Also for today, if you'd just like to make your donation for today, you can do that. Here's the ways you can support. You can go to cslcme.org/donating, or you can text the word give to our Breeze system at 805-600-5677, or you may call the church office after service. Those are some of the ways that you can support our center during our service this day, and then in a minute you'll see how you can do it for the whole year and put that together as well. We're going to do the pledge of affirmation, the affirmation of prosperity and abundance together in just a moment, and then from that you'll have a moment to decide how you might want to give for today and also catch up on the week's announcements. So here we are. Divine love is doing its perfect work here and now. Divine love harmonizes. Divine love adjusts. Divine love prospers. Divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing for CSL Simi Valley. Now, let me hear you all the way from wherever you are. Divine love is victorious.
We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful. We are so blessed. We are appreciative for everything we've received and everything we give. The cycles continue. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Reverend Rob, for that abundance pledge and prosperity prayer. Thank you, Sherry Dees, for the song in gratitude that plays underneath the announcements. Really grateful for the Soul Purpose Band getting together this week. Jami Lula, beautiful songs for you. A quick announcement, there will not be a Virch after service today, but I look forward to seeing you next week when April comes. Ooh, a new month. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. It just continues to move. Let's see. I think that covers about everything. Wonderful comments. I got to see a few of them there, and I'll look at them all after service, which I usually do after service. And I just want to thank you for being here this week, and I will see you next week. Also during the week for Oneness at 1. Wednesday, Great Taizé service with Lane and Reverend Jennifer and Mary DiVincenzo. You really enjoy that. So do come out for Wednesday's Taizé service. Taizé is such a sweet spiritual practice. So participate in that. And I will see you all here Sunday, 10:30 next week. Now let's have our closing benediction. Here, let's do this together. I'm at home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love. Bringing back my dear friend Jami Lula to close us out. Again, see you next week.
Woo! Sunshine, your eyes, dewdrops, dragonflies. I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 Oh yeah. So grateful. Your voice, waterfall, thrush song, coyote call. Oh yeah, I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 Oh yeah. So grateful. Your hug, sweet kiss, holding hands in blind bliss. Oh yeah, I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 The shadows I conceal, endeavor to reveal another part of me. I'm breaking out and I perceive. Oh, grateful, grateful, grateful I'm alive. Cut grass, jasmine bloom, honeysuckle, and your room. Whoa, 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 I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. Sing it out, sing it out. I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 Oh yeah. So grateful. I am so grateful you're alive and with us today. Grateful, 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 grateful. Ha ha.